Hello, everybody, and welcome back to FemmeTarot. I'm Natalie, your international psychic medium and energy reader and healer. How is everyone doing this Sunday? I hope everyone had an amazing week. And in today's or this week's astrology news, Saturn has finally moved out of Pisces. We should all rejoice. Yeah, Saturn's moved out of Pisces and has entered Aries, and we will talk about what that means. But what it does mean is that people who were born between 1996 and 1998 are about to have their first Saturn return. And it's going to be a little bit of a doozy because it's Saturn return. And as we know, Saturn is very much like the disciplinarian, very strict, very rigid. So a lot of so if you're going through your Saturn return, a lot of things in your life are either coming full circle, or there are big drastic changes coming, or even you might change your everything. Your goals might change, how even how you dress, or how you kind of like appear to others, that might change. So it's a big change, but we'll get to that. I'll just allow for people to enter the chat. The Femme Village convenes and rejoices as well. How is everyone doing? I don't know why I'm talking like this today. Hi, Asa. Yeah, it's rainy here too. It's been stormy. We have very weird weather. Like this past month has been very unusual. The weather patterns have been very unusual. But I also blame the solar storms right now because it's super strong. The solar flares and solar storms are super strong. And I discussed a little bit about this on Friday's Members Live. If you're not a member, make sure you join the Members Live. And the way you do that is by clicking on the join button down below this video or any one of my videos. And this works only on a computer. Unfortunately, I don't know why YouTube has not fixed this UI issue. I don't know. Anyways, not my problem. And what was I saying? Yeah, so solar storms, solar flares, extremely strong right now. That's why there was a blackout, power outages in the south of France a couple of days ago. Also, we're all feeling it. You might not understand, or you might not sort of accredit it to the solar storms, not storms, but we feel tired, exhausted, lack of sleep, sleep disruptions, not eating a lot, feeling full, having like feeling hungry, but as soon as you start eating, you instantly feel full and then you can't eat anymore. All of these are symptoms of this. Issues with technology, with your computer, with your internet, with your Wi-Fi, with your router, all of that too. But do expect power outages and issues with your internet connection because of what's going on. I don't know how long this is going to last, to be honest. No idea, but they're getting stronger and stronger. Val, I love you, girl. My tech checker, Val. Thank you, because I was a little bit worried about it because on Friday's live, it was a little bit blurry for like 5 minutes and then it sorted itself out. So far, so good. So far, so good. Hello, gorgeous Alexis. Hello, and happy Sunday. Hello, Anna. All my beautiful favorite Femme Villages are here. Happy Sunday to you, Danny. Yay. Hello, Teresa. Nice to see you. Peabod is in the house as well. Hello, everybody. Are playing absolute hand the weather in Ontario, Canada. Here too. We haven't switched on the AC yet. This is not normal for Greece this time of year. Usually it gets super hot beginning of May. Yeah, sure, we have like rain here and there around May and until mid-June, but it's weird weather. It's weird. And everyone seems to be weird. Everyone's kind of like channeling this weirdness, right? For lack of a better word. Oh, I haven't looked into that. I have to do a little meditation session and ask my guides about that. That's a good question. But I will tell you a little bit of what Saturn in Aries means, especially for the cardinal signs, because those are the ones that are going to be mostly affected for the next 3 years. Everyone, 3 years. Yeah, computers issues are like crazy as well. There was accidents. Oh wow. Everyone is complaining about the tech issues. Yep. And now you know why. Hello, beautiful Rosie. How are you, my love? Yes. Oh my God. Where are you, Scorpio moon? And it's freezing and there's rain. Aries sun, tell me, okay, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Much better than the last 3 years when it comes to Saturn. Like Saturn, listen, they're very much opposing because Saturn is very much, as I mentioned, is disciplinarian. He gives you tough love, right? And very rigid energy. And Aries, being the baby of the zodiac, is impulsive, is risk averse, that's for sure. Action driven, very what can I see, very fast moving as well, that Aries energy. So these energies, Saturn and Aries, come in a little bit of an opposition, but let's bring it up since we're talking about it. Let me real quickly bring this up. All right, here you go. So Saturn entered Aries yesterday. And this transit really marks a significant shift from the airy, fairy, dreamy, introspective, emotional Pisces energy to the Arian dynamic action and moving forward. Aries is impulsive. So again, this opposition with Saturn's discipline and structured energy is going to be a little bit tough for the cardinals, especially if you have placements at 0 to 2 degrees. And the cardinal signs are Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, and Libra. There are going to be challenges in areas such as leadership, taking leadership, or being too forward, if you will, or too assertive, family obligations, relationships, and also deep-rooted anger, by the way. Just saying. So that's what you should be expecting, cardinal signs, in the next 3 years. This is very much a generalized, more so just to give you an outlook of what it means. But to be honest, how I see it, the Saturn being in Pisces was exhausting. It was exhausting on a spiritual, energetic level, because Pisces is very connected to the spiritual world, and it just brought a lot of confusion to people. And it just felt like the last 3 years felt very blurry, like people were a bit up in the clouds, confused. But now people are going to be like, okay, what are my goals? What are my goals? For instance, if you have an idea of starting a small business, or starting your own business, or leaving your job, or leaving your relationship, you're going to feel very confident in taking action and achieving your goals and getting to that point that you want to. So, but it's not going to be smooth sailing, because this is Saturn we're talking about. Saturn is going to teach you things about you along the way for the next 3 years, dear cardinal signs. So if you have cardinal signs, if your sun is in a cardinal sign, or your rising, again, especially if you have them in 0 to 2 degrees, then you're going to feel it the most in the next 3 years. Age of Aquarius is very revealing. We're in it. We're already starting to see a lot of, and it's quirky, weird times, but being an Aquarius, I can tell you, that's okay. That's okay. We need to move away from this, like, very much dogmatic, structured, very disciplinarian energy in our society, in our world. which was the last few years, especially when Pluto was in Capricorn. Not that Aquarius is airy fairy, things are going to be light, but things are definitely going to be revealed to us. The truth, the light, even if we're not ready to compute yet, is going to be revealed to us. Yeah, Light Mission is agreeing. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to get us, it's going to get us start taking more control of our lives. And it's going to make us want to start materializing and manifesting our dreams. We were in dreamland when it came to Saturn and Pisces. We're like, la, 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 this is what I want, but I'm too tired. I'm not sure. I'm unsure. I don't know. Is this the right thing? Blah, blah, blah. And now Aries is like, I don't care. I'm not overthinking. Let's go. No time to waste. So be ready. Okay. I hope everyone's ready. Yep. The veil is definitely thinner. Absolutely. You've been store for you. Absolutely. See it as a positive. Absolutely see it as a positive. Yes, exactly. Rose-colored glasses are off. Precisely. And before we start our readings, our Sunday readings, don't forget to like this video. And if you just popped in here and you haven't subscribed yet, maybe you should consider subscribing. You won't regret it. A lot of different content here, all around spirituality, tarot, pop culture, astrology, true crime. One-stop shop. Okay, so today, Jesus caught us live. Hey, Jesus, I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't spoken to you in a while. Hope you're doing well. My rising and all that, but I don't know if I did it right. My birth certificate says 24 in the hour, and all I wanted to charge me to. What? Do you want to drop in the chat if you want to? Some people are very private about their date of birth and whatnot, but if you want to drop everything down below, and one of the mods and someone in the chat will definitely look it up for you and can confirm what you got. So have you been looking sidereal? Have you been looking for Vedic? What have you been looking at? Maybe that's why it's confusing. Oh, Scorpio Moon, I really appreciate you. I really do. Thank you. Yes, Sunday is our safe space. This is where the Femme Village meets up and we talk about all our favorite topics, and we're just us here having a good time and talking about everything that interests us. And I love it here as well. And I hate when I miss Sundays because I've got something else on and I can't do a live. I feel awful. Not like, you know what I mean? Like, I miss you guys. Like, I like hanging out with you guys. I really do. All right. Let's see. Okay, everybody. Jesus you're a Scorpio. Can you also drop time of birth, place of birth as well? If someone can help Jesus with this, please. Thank you. In the chat. Jesus, you can also use, 1 second, please. So what I use, which is not free, but you just pay one off. It's not, I don't remember, it's $12 or something along those lines. It's time passages. This is what it looks like inside. So basically it gives you your transits. You can look at your transits. You look at your natal chart. You can add as many charts as you want, like your friends' charts and stuff like that. Very, very good. One of the best apps out there, in my opinion. And I've tried several. So it's the more professional one, if you will. So you can also try this if you want an app. Otherwise, AstroSeek, Peapod is mentioning it here in the chat. AstroSeek is my other favorite, right? Love AstroSeek. You can create your own profile there, so everything is saved, so you don't have to re-enter everything. You can check your transits, your You can do synastry charts. You can do all of it. Okay, it's not in depth when it comes to the explanations and the text that it has below, underneath, like your wheel or the wheel, but it's good enough because it just gives you like an outlook of your chart and what's happening generally. Yeah, Christina girl. She's in Vegas celebrating her sister's baby shower, but instead she's here with us. Well, ask your sister to join us. Ask your sister to join us. Is she having a girl, by the way? I hope I'm not hiding anything. I hope they don't. I hope you guys haven't a real, or she hasn't like arranged for some kind of like, gender reveal and I just outed. Sorry. I have to stop doing that. I get excited with babies. I do. Val's a Scorpio, Jesus is the Scorpio. We have a lot. Scorpio moon is a Scorpio. No, Scorpio moon is a Scorpio moon, I believe. We have a lot of Scorpios here. Love it. Catnip. Hello. How's the weather over there in LA? Because it seems like everywhere else, the rest of the world, weather is weird. Wet and weird. All right. So I'm bringing up my banner. A real quick one before we start, because I see that there are more people entering the chat. Just a reminder that if you want to book a reading with me, the only place you do that is via my website, which is down here. You can see it scrolling in front of you and down the description box as well. But please do keep in mind that I am completely booked out till July. Then I'm taking a break from readings. I'll still be doing YouTube when we're not traveling, when we're not on holiday. And then I'll be resuming readings end of August. But because you know how booked out I am, if you want to book your reading for end of August, 27th of August onwards, then please book it now. Book it now, because no guarantees that if you reach out to me in July or August that I'll be able to fit you in August or September. Just letting you guys know, okay? Because I hate it. I know I hate having people wait for so long, 3 or 4 months to get readings, but unfortunately there's so much I can do. I'm already doing way more than I can handle sometimes energetically. All right. Okay, now the other thing that I wanted to shout out is that if you're not an Inner Circle member yet, maybe you should consider, especially if you're someone who gets a lot of readings for me, or you want to have those extra perks, which are emails. You get a weekly email, which is very informative, very uplifting, very enlightening. I said it. You also get monthly zodiac predictions and forecasts as well in your inbox. You get discounts on crystals. You get discounts on 1-hour psychic readings. You get access to me for emergency readings. There's so many perks for it. Everything has been linked down below, and the information is down below. Now that I'm done with all this, you guys, now we can start reading and seeing what is going on. I'm laughing because this whole Blake Lively and Taylor Swift situation is getting from bad to worse. It's getting from bad to worse. And if you remember when I did the reading months ago on Taylor Swift and Blake Lively, which was one question, someone asked a question on a live, and they asked, how is this going to affect Blake and Taylor's friendship? And I said, well, Taylor, I see her distancing herself, and she's going to move as far away as possible from Blake and Ryan. And this is what we're seeing now, because what we're seeing now is Blake throwing Taylor under the bus. And not only is she throwing her under the bus, she is reversing, keeps running over her. Okay. Awful. But this is what she's doing. So this is going to be the first reading. And then the second one was, because we were talking about this on Friday's members live, which is, why is no one talking about Luigi Mangione anymore? Like, the mainstream media gone all quiet. I know we have a ton of other trials and cases and things going on in the world, but it seems to me very deliberate that we don't get updates on Luigi Mangione's case at all from mainstream media. not even social media. There's only a handful of content creators, TikTokers on TikTok who are talking about Luigi and who are giving people updates. But I don't want this case to be buried underneath the Diddler, Karen Reed, Blake and Ryan, Blake, Ryan, and Justin. I don't want that, because Luigi Mangione, there is such a powerful message behind what happened. And also, if you remember, when I did the reading back months ago, when before they caught him, I think it was before they caught him, or was it when they just caught him? I don't remember. And I said, Luigi's not the guilty guy. I saw Luigi is not a lone cowboy here, or the vigilante who's working on his own. There's actually a group of people behind him. And it seems to me that he was the fall guy. That's what came up in that reading. So I want to do a little bit of a check-in with Luigi's energy, and generally a check-in. I think he is set to go to court end of this year. Correct me if I'm wrong. We have so many cases right now. I'm following I'm following the Karen Reed, the Diddler. Then we're going to have, I think in August, we're going to have the Idaho 4 case. And Jamie and I did a channeling session, and we did channel 2 of the victims. Some people were very angry, mostly with both of us, me and Jamie, but mostly with Jamie, because she said that Brian, his name, right? Yeah, Brian's target was, what's her name? Zana, and not Madeline. Madeline, her name? No, Madison. Sorry, Madison. Forgot their names already. But this is what she picked up, and people are angry. And until the court, I wasn't picking up Zana either, but I was picking up the Brian. You have to watch it. Okay, I'm not going to give you, once we're done the live, or tomorrow, whenever you have time, go watch that reading. But I always want to say, let's not jump the gun. I know a lot of people who follow true crime cases think they know every single friggin' detail. And because lawyers usually, they leak stuff because they've got their own agenda, or, they're trying to help their clients. Let's wait until the trial begins before we start skewering me or other people or other psychics or anyone. All right? Just saying. Just that. Oh, no. What? Today's Maddie's birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Yeah, Emily D. Baker is fantastic in how she's covering it. Fantastic. Yep. He's the fall guy. This is what came up, but we'll do a check-in reading. Absolutely. Oh, does he have another court hearing in June? That's interesting. Okay. See, I haven't been following that's why I'd rather do a reading. I don't care. I'll do a reading. I'll get all the information I need through the reading, because there aren't any, I don't come across like Luigi Mangione content anymore. Sure, granted, if I go looking on TikTok or Instagram, I'll find it. I'll find someone who's covering it. But it's gone. Oh, do you live? Oh, yeah. Well, your handle says Idaho. What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear what you think. Do you think Brian is the perpetrator? I mean, how do you see it? I would love to hear what, as well, you guys who are local there, how you see this case, because the rest of the world, we see the case the way it's presented to us, right? From media and social. So it'll be interesting to see what you've got to say. They say Brian may have had split personalities, so think possible both Maddie and Zana could have been targeted. That's what I'm saying. Before, let's wait and see what comes out in the court, in the trial. All right, before we jump into any conclusions. Jamie knew nothing about the case. I knew very little about the case because a lot of people DM'd me or have commented and have given me some information. So And the only thing that I did was I went on Google, I searched the first article, the most recent article that I could find on the case, and I just looked at the names of the victims, the name of the perpetrator, or the suspect, and when it happened and all that, just to help me and Jamie connect to the victims. So any information that we got was completely from victims or spirit. But go watch the video and be honest. I don't care. Just be nice, okay? Because I don't want to hurt Jamie's feelings. Okay, everybody. All right. They're doing smoother this time, but the defense is winning. Regarding Karen Reed, yeah, let's wait and see regarding the Karen Reed. Such a complicated case because there's so much corruption and a lot of, there's a lot of not just corruption, but a lot of deceit, lies, covering each other, all of these policemen, the politicians, the mayors, all of them. Brian, lots of insight for the judge was pissed. I heard about that. This was after we did the reading. I heard about that. Interesting. Thank you, Val. We love Jamie 100%. Thank you, everyone, for the support. Thank you. All right. Let's look into this mess. Let's look at this mess. What's going on with those two? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's look at those two. What is going on? So, before we start, let's see this. Thank you, Brutally Honest. I just checked on Luigi's page, and next court hearing is Thursday. Oh, it's in June. This is going to be June is going to be a busy month. Thank you so much for doing that, for the information. Okay, I'm going to definitely be following that, just as I'm following the other trials that are going on right now. By the way, I mentioned this on Friday, and I want to give a big shout out. Speaking of trials and speaking of the Diddler, because we have no camera access, we cameras do not have access to the trial, and they're not allowed in court. So there are people such, there is I believe he is a lawyer. He's on Twitter. I don't have Twitter, by the way. I was out of there a long time ago. And he live tweets from court everything. Now, there is a YouTuber. She's called That Surprise Witness. Her name is BJ. She live streams every day for 6 or 7 hours, because what she goes is she reads out loud the tweets, and then she also checks the other media platforms and outlets for updates. So this is a great way to follow the trial. So big shout out to BJ, because she's doing an amazing job. Really, I was a bit worried about her on Thursday because I could see that she was, I'm repeating, if you remember, I'm repeating what I said on Friday for everyone else. So anyone who reads on Diddler, anyone who talks about it, covers it, they get psychically attacked, because Diddler's mom, as you all know, and we've seen it here and talked about it here, she practices dark magic, black magic, voodoo. So she knows anyone who talks about her son, her or her grandchildren, knows, and she psychically attacks them. And if you remember, last time I did the big reading on the Diddler, I was sick for 3 days, psychically attacked, sick, and I mean spiritually sick, psychically sick for 3 days, which is why I'm not doing as often, but I will do another big reading on the Diddler halfway through the trial. All right. But I just don't want to do it often because it does affect me. Now, and I saw that BJ, so if anyone knows her or follows her, please pass on the message. I'm more than happy to help her with this, to help her with a cleanse and getting rid of that. But she was not in a good state on Thursday. She was yawning constantly. Her energy was drained. She didn't seem well. She was being psychically attacked, but she doesn't know this. So yeah, big shout out though to BJ for the amazing job she's doing. Young Miami is testifying. You know who else is testifying, which is going to be super interesting? Capricorn Clark, because I'm fascinated. We were talking with Kempire about this yesterday, and we were both like, this is good. This week, next week, I think they go back to court Tuesday or Wednesday because of Memorial Day. So this is going to be very interesting because Capricorn Clark knows all of Diddy's dark, deep secrets because she's been with him for years, just like Christina Quorum. And if you're wondering where Christina Quorum was or is, and if she's testifying, I did a reading on this on Friday's Members Live, so you can check it out there. All right, so let's talk about the Blake and Taylor of it all, because those two besties are besties no more, apparently, because Blake, I honestly, the nerve. Honestly, what she did, Baldoni's lawyers, okay, Friedman, who I love, by the way, I love his strategy. I love him as a lawyer, okay? I don't know. I like his vibe. I like the way he works. Not because he is Baldoni's lawyer, but there's something about Friedman that I love, all right? So Friedman sent subpoenas to Taylor, and I have my notes here so I don't mess it up, okay, and her legal team in an attempt to obtain text messages between Taylor, her lawyers, and Taylor, and I'm not sure who else, but they wanted those texts. Okay, this is interesting. Now, Baldoni's lawyers, so Friedman, was using this text to because they wanted to really relate certain allegations that Blake pretty much blackmailed and extorted. And I'm not using the word allegedly here because this apparently is what happened. Okay. Blake asked Taylor to delete messages. And she said that if she testifies or if Taylor releases any information or any messages to Baldoni's team, that she would release 10 years worth of messages between her and Taylor. And of course, Taylor doesn't want that because obviously maybe there are a lot of personal stuff in there, especially about her love life. Because don't besties talk about love lives and their boyfriends and heartbreak and this and that? Huh. All right. And Blake asked Taylor to delete those messages. Isn't that illegal? If you are in a legal dispute or in a legal battle with someone, isn't that illegal to start deleting evidence? Especially if you're about to get subpoenaed, especially if you have been subpoenaed. So, yes. So this is interesting. Paula, maybe that's why I love the guy. Maybe that's why I love the guy. No, but I liked him before with other cases that he was. I don't know if Usher is testifying. I don't know. Yeah, very legal. So it'll be interesting how all of this pans out. I'm going to pull the cards now. Yeah, Taylor no longer wants to pay. Why is Taylor being dragged into this? You know, let's see. All right, so what's going on between those two? I love that. Miss Cabby says, Team Khaleesi. Yeah, I mean, honestly, she shouldn't get away with it. She shouldn't. I'm talking about Blake. But let's look. I'm going to look at the energies between those two. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for Blake and 3 for Taylor. And I'm just going to see what the cards and my guides are saying. But it's all in relation to those two, okay? Their dynamic, the energy between them. Okay. I'm going to start with Blake is going to be first, and then it's going to be Taylor. And while I'm doing this, don't forget to like this video, please. Thank you. Much appreciated. Okay, how does Blake feel about Taylor, and how does Taylor feel about Blake right now? How does... Okay, I had a jumper card, Page of Wands. Yeah, I was thinking Taylor is the godmother of 2 of Blake's children. Oh, not good, not good. All right, so let's go. Blake, justice, court, trial, legal battles, legal disputes, being countersued by Justin Baldoni. Ace of Pentacles. I'll explain. Ace of Wands, all these aces. So Blake is first. I'm reading Blake's energy. Now this is Taylor, 7 of Wands. Let me show you the cards while I'm doing this. 7 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, and I had the Page of Wands as a jumper card. Okay, I'm reading the cards. I'm also listening. I'm trying to connect to my guides right now and see what they're also adding to this. All right, so Blake's energy, justice. All right, she's under immense stress. Justice is about this everything, all this legal situation right now around her. Ace of Pentacles. I believe that Ace of Pentacles is, I believe that Blake also, listen, let me say it differently because I'm getting stuff coming through right now. Taylor's energy, Taylor, although very disappointed and angry as well towards Blake, I feel that because I have the 4 of Wands here, I believe she's giving Blake a little bit the benefit of the doubt, or it feels like she has a little bit of a soft spot for Blake. Okay. Maybe because she's the godmother of her 2 children. Maybe, this is what my guides were saying, maybe because they know that Blake is under Ryan's influence and power. So for that reason, I don't see anything here in the cards. I'll show them again. Taylor's card, 7 of Wands. This is just 7 of Wands. Yes. This is like, girl, what are you doing? Why are you dragging me into this? I'm just, I'm angry. I'm just hiding behind my team, behind my lawyers, behind anyone, but I'm just distancing myself because if you call me or if you reach out to me, I'm not going to be nice. And she's a Sag, right? Taylor is a Sag, so she's not going to mince her words. That's for sure. 8 of Pentacles, she understands that this is business. It has to do with Blake's finances as well. By the way, speaking of finances, Blake and Ryan are a little bit in a panic regarding how much money they're hemorrhaging with all of this right now, because it's not just about the lawyers, it's about the PR, it's about the people and the team that they pay to try to clean up their reputation, their image, and their name because of this. It's far worse for Blake, but unfortunately, and I said this back when I did a reading on them on Ryan and Blake, Ryan is the one behind all this. Blake, if she wasn't married to Ryan, she would have never done this. She wouldn't have never said, oh, you know what? I just don't like the way that Justin didn't allow me to take over his movie, and I wasn't credited for this. But then again, I credited myself for, being a producer or whatever, because I bullied Justin into doing what I wanted. But it was all because of Ryan. It's Ryan. Okay. What are you guys saying? No, Taylor is a Sag. I remember that because I looked at her chart a few months ago. So they're hemorrhaging money, you guys. And because I have a Justice and the Ace of Pentacles. By the way, Ryan is working on, I just heard it just now. Ryan is working on some kind of project right now. So I'm not sure if he's going to be starring in it, or he's producing it, or he's even directing it. But that's not going to make him enough money to cover for all this money that they're hemorrhaging because of the mess that they got themselves into. They did it themselves. They're to blame, which is why I've always said they're not going to end up going to court. They're not. Said it from the beginning. They are going into mediation or some settlement. Mediation, settlement. This is what I keep getting. Right to the last minute, because they're friggin' egomaniacs, and narcissistic, they're not going to back down until the very last minute, because financially, this is no bueno for them. It's not good. So Ace of Wands, working, trying, talking to people, and to trying to find ways for people to trust them and maybe help them. But let's go back to Blake real quick. So I don't feel Blake is angry at Taylor either. This is what's weird. I don't get here cards that would indicate that there's animosity between the two women, or any. I do see that there is a distance between them. But Taylor, I feel, is more forgiving. It doesn't mean that they're going to go back to becoming besties again. But Taylor, Six of Wands, Six of Cups. Somehow Taylor is more, she has more empathy, or she's more empathy. She's more understanding, Taylor, about all of this somehow. I don't know why. I wouldn't be happy at all if this happened. But again, it has to do because of Ryan. I believe that Taylor, and by the way, Travis also unfollowed Ryan. And I believe that she feels sorry. And I'm sorry to say this, but Taylor kind of feels sorry for Blake deep down. She's not going to come out and say it to other people. She will admit it, but this is what I feel regarding those two. The Emperor, the strategy. She's very strategic, Taylor. And let me just say this. It feels like Taylor, even though she has control of her music now and her catalog, and she writes her own music, blah, 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 and who she works with and the producers, but she does not have control, I can tell you this, of her brand, of her tours, of her business. She doesn't. She has a team for that. And it seems that the team is very, very strategic. And I also want to say this. They hide, or they withhold, Taylor's team withholds a lot of information from Taylor. A lot. So they don't tell her everything. A lot of times they take their own initiative to do things without consulting her or talking to her first. And I would be pissed. If I was Taylor, I would be pissed, because the team is working for Taylor, and Taylor is the brand. She is the brand. So it's not like Taylor is the CEO of a company that produces something or offers some kind of service. We're talking about Taylor being the brand. So the fact that And I believe that Taylor doesn't know the full story, doesn't know everything that's transpired. She only hears things from one side of things. 10 of Pentacles. This friendship is the Hierophant coming to an end. It's coming to a close. 10 is also completion of something. Hierophant. The Hierophant, it could be anything. It could be some kind of, it could be the government. It could be a higher force or someone with a lot more power as well. 5 of Swords. Yeah. Oh yeah. Taylor's out. Without carrying deep rooted bad feelings though. Let me do something differently. Yeah, Light Mission, I also feel that her dad did, because I read today as well that it was her dad that approached Friedman and told him about all this. And this is how they managed to, which that's how Taylor withdrew from, or they, not Taylor, but what's Blake's lawyer called? Anyways, don't remember. Gottlieb, I think. Anyways, that's how they withdrew the subpoena, because of her dad. But you know what? I'm going to do, let me read. I'm going to do Blake and Ryan now. I'm going to do Blake and Ryan. I don't know. I'm drawn to do that now. No, I'm going to do Ryan on his own right now. And then I'm going to do Blake on her own. Hold on. Show me Ryan right now. Ooh. 3 of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. Ryan, a control friggin' freak of a Scorpio man. He's telling his lawyers what to do. Like, he goes through everything with a fine friggin' comb. And that was a jumper card. Give me a second. Show me Ryan Reynolds, please. He's such an arrogant prick. I'm sorry. I just tuned into his end. He's an arrogant prick. That's what he is. But he masks the arrogance through humor. I told you, money issues. They're not, yeah, as rich as you may be, those lawyers, when they charge you 600, 500, because we're talking about top lawyers in the industry, they charge you like $500 an hour. 6 of Pentacles. Who's helping him? Ryan, 8 of Swords. Ryan knows they're in trouble. He's in trouble. He knows that his hands are tied right now. Let me see what else. 4 of Wands. But of course, they go to all these events and, he'll show up to something else again and, crack those stupid jokes. And act like, you know what? I'm unfazed. I'm good. Everything's good. This is what he's doing. But the reality of things with the 8 of Swords is that he has effed up. He knows it. He knows that they took it too far, but he can't back down. He can't back down. Wait, I have the 3 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. Not doing good. 3 of Wands here. Really, 3 of Wands is looking ahead, and saying, okay, there is light at the end of the tunnel, but then I pulled this one. There's no light at the end of the tunnel with a 5 of Cups. This is feeling emotionally drained, emotionally disappointment, feeling like I don't feel good about this, 6 of Wands. But at the end of the day, and he knows this, and if you remember what I said that once all this dies down and it's settled and it's done, guess what? Ryan is going to leave. Leave Blake. You know why? Because his relationship, his career and his reputation is salvageable. He can still salvage it because he's a smart man. He did everything from the shadows. He advised and influenced and pushed his wife to do things from the shadows. So at the end of the day, you know what? If he takes a few months, a year or two, keep low, lay low. He divorces Blake and then he separates himself completely from the drama and that energy in Blake. Yeah, he can salvage his career. He can continue on. She is not. That's it. It's the beginning of the end for Blake. I'm not happy to say it. I'm not happy to see it. But you know what? If you sleep with the wolves, you're going to get bitten, honey. You're going to get bitten. And you've done some horrible things. I keep getting the same cards. 6 of Cups, Ace of Wands. I keep getting the same cards. The Emperor. Hold on. The cards are trying to tell me something because I got exactly the same cards as I got before when I pulled cards for Blake and Taylor, which is the 6 of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Emperor. They're trying to tell me something. Who's the Emperor? Hold on. Give me a second. Let me just go through it. Okay, so I believe someone is going to come forward and might change things a little bit, might change the energy around this. Someone's going to come forward in defense of Ryan, because I'm reading Ryan now. Ryan Reynolds in defense of Ryan. Oh my God, who is this? What kind of really? I'm going to say it without saying it, but you know where I'm going with this? The Ace of Wands is also the SEX card. All right. It's all because it's phallic. Wands is about passions. It's XCX. The Ace of Wands is, you know, the Emperor. Someone who comes in, someone who's powerful, someone who Ryan knows who's powerful in the industry, who will help him as well with money. Just like Baldoni. Baldoni has Wayfarer, not Wayfarer, but his co-partner or one of the partners of Wayfarer, who's a multi-billionaire or millionaire, who's helping him finance this. Well, so does Ryan. So does Ryan and Blake. Because someone is, but this relationship with a 6 of Cups, this is not just a business relationship. Just saying. Just saying. The world, but it's not going to go the way. The Fool. Oh, he's going to. Oh, Ryan, I see you. I see you. Are you going to throw your wife under the bus in the future? Is that what you're going to do? Because that's exactly what I'm seeing him do. Will be subtle. It won't be, but he'll do it. He's going to throw her under the bus, you guys. We'll come back to this reading, to this video, and we'll be like, wow, that's Ryan for you. Yeah. Page of Cups. Ryan has a lot of secrets. A lot of secrets. A lot of things that he desperately needs to protect from coming out. Just saying. Just saying. What are you guys saying before I go on? I cannot deny nor confirm. Take it as you will. I'm not here to out anyone. But again, this is Hollywood we're talking about. This is the entertainment industry. They all swing different ways. They go sideways, up, down, whatever you want. They do it all. So who knows? Yeah, they say he cheated on his last wife with Blake. They also say that Blake cheated on Ryan while she was with him before they got married. You know what? This is Hollywood. Open relationships are the norm. So just saying. Yeah, anything to protect his reputation, his company, his production company, all of it. And if he has to throw even his wife or his future ex-wife under the bus, yeah, uh-huh, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know what? I'm not necessarily convinced the whole rumors about Hugh Jackman going around. I'm not 100% convinced that their relationship was more than just platonic friends. Okay. Even if they are both bi, swing all over the place, it doesn't necessarily mean that something that they were intimate between them. I'm being realistic here, and this is what my intuition says. Okay. Not necessarily Hugh Jackman, but it doesn't mean that he may not have had relations with others, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. Because the Hugh Jackman thing, I'm not totally convinced, to be honest. Yes, that's what. Yeah, that's the rumor going around that. But actually, you know what? She didn't want him. She was the one who. Actually, I remember this back then. She was the one who dumped him. She was the one who dumped him. Now, whether he was faithful, what the reason was, I don't know. But she dumped him. She's a smart woman. Blake, not so much. Sorry, Blake, but let's be honest. Okay. Do you guys have any other questions about Taylor or Blake or Ryan? Let me know. Let me do a reshuffle cards. It's interesting. By the way, I'm feeling a little bit dizzy because of Ryan's reading. Yep. Or solar flares as well. That could also be because I've been feeling like, you know how you feel like you don't have a sense of balance sometimes? That's how I've been feeling the last few days. Like I can't get my footing right. Like I'm off balance. No, Peabod, no. No, they won't. They will never be friends again. We might see in the future they will follow each other maybe on social. I don't know if they've unfollowed each other yet, but I think that's inevitable. But they'll be courteous and act okay around, but they will never. This is what I'm saying. It's my guides showed me that as well. No, that's it. You're welcome, Christy. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see how this is going to unfold, but I tell you, they're not going to go to court. I don't see it. I'll ask the cards real quick again. Will they close down? She has a hair and yeah, they're not going to go well. They're already floundering. They're not. Hold on. Blake's business, and then I'll ask real quick about, are they going to court? Are they taking this to court? But hold on, let me focus on this question. The Magician, and look at this, 9 of Pentacles. Something that she really wanted to have her own businesses, even though I feel they were not her ideas. Again, there I feel like Ryan's dirty little paws are everywhere, even when it comes to Blake's businesses and stuff. So look at this, 9 of Swords. No bueno. I don't think these businesses are going to survive. They're not. 4 of Cups. They're not. They are not. They're currently not, and they will not. They will not. It's going down like a lead balloon. Yeah. No. That question. Okay. Let's see. Scarlett, she was a nice. Let's see what you're saying. Scarlett Johansson was nice to Ryan. He was a lot older than her and kind of not in her circle. She acknowledged all of these years later that he's a good guy. Maybe she's not saying that now though. Yeah, listen, Scarlett also knows some of his skeletons in his closet and some of the shadows that we're talking about. And I think it's at her best interest not to say anything. Generally, just shut it, keep out of it. And I will do exactly the same. How about Ryan's businesses like Mint Mobile and his other stuff? What other stuff does he have? I didn't even know he had businesses. Hold on. My guys are saying that he does have partners that are wealthy. He's not the sole proprietor of his businesses, the sole owner. Right. This one, the Wheel of Fortune. Hold on. That was a jumper card. I'm just pulling a card or two. The Hanged Man. 9 of Pentacles. But I don't know how many businesses he has, but it feels like a couple will not do great. They're not doing great. The Hanged Man, he will see things differently and he might change things around how he does business when it comes to his business. He's a smart man. We can say whatever we want about him, but he is extremely smart. Okay. And he reads a lot. This is what I'm picking up. He reads a lot and he really not consumes, but absorbs information easily. So he will make it work for some of his business. Some are not doing great, but again, it feels Queen of Swords. Yeah, you may have to like literally just cut 1 or 2 of his businesses out because they are not healthy. They're not making him money. And right now they are in financial dire straits. But he will change sort of like the strategy and the business model of some of his businesses to make it work. Again, he's a smart man, a lot of responsibilities. So yeah, no, it's Blake's that I see are going to take a big hit. He has a guerrilla advertising. Yeah, I believe that. But listen, he's smart. He's going to make things work even when things are not great in the film industry, like in acting or producing. But regarding his businesses, yes. Yeah, well, most psychopaths are smart. Yeah, he's definitely smart, you guys, but that doesn't make it better. It doesn't make him a better person because he's smart. He's still a narcissistic, psychopathic control freak, okay? With a horrible sense of humor. I'm sorry, I do not like his sense of humor. I don't get it. It's like very cold, elementary kind of sense of humor. Oh, I see. Everywhere the weather is weird. Oh yeah, he has a gin. I forgot about that. Yeah. He sold MOBA. It's interesting with all these celebrities who own these gins and tequila companies. You guys, the numbers of alcohol consumption and alcohol purchasing alcohol has gone down drastically, exponentially down right now. Diageo, who Diddler is in this whole legal battle with, and this is where it all started with, Diageo is closing down like offices in Europe. There's a huge decline in alcohol. So it's interesting how do these tequila gin companies of these celebrities, whether it's George Clooney, whether it's Brad Pitt's wine, whatever, his gin. How will they survive? I don't know. I doubt they will, to be honest. I doubt they will. I believe that one of these Brian's production company do without Wheel of Fortune is that maybe he might do a switcheroo, meaning he closes down one production company and he starts a new one with a different name, so people don't associate the production company to him. Again, he's smart. How about Justin versus the NYT? Good question. We haven't looked into that. That's a good question, David. Hold on. New York Times. Yeah, too expensive to drink. And I really believe that since they legalized, you know what, I can't say it on YouTube, but since they legalized the MJ, I believe that a lot of people have cut out alcohol, and also Gen Zers do not party like the millennials and Xers did. We used to party a lot. These younger kids now, different breed, different, so they don't drink alcohol. They don't. It's not a bad thing. Being a mom to teenagers, I'm just saying, to one teenager and one preteen, I can say I'm happy about that, because we had access to a lot of alcohol, cheap alcohol, no good. Okay, where's the question? I lost the question. No, wait, where's David? There he is. Okay. I have to reshuffle because my mind was going everywhere. Hold on, you guys, hold on. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll pull the cards to show you. King of Pentacles, the Lovers, Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords. You guys, Justin is going to win this. Okay, he's gonna win it because there's going to be some kind of settlement here too. Two of Pentacles. They will offer something. I had the Eight of Swords, but it was in reverse, and you know I don't read reverse. But if it comes out as reverse, it means I have to pay attention to this, and it means that Justin Baldoni is going to get justice after all, and money from the New York Times. So let me pull one more card. The Sun, absolutely. He's going to come out on top, 100%. I don't see a court, so I believe that there might be some kind of, like, behind closed doors, some kind of settlement, some kind of agreement, and make it go away as painless as possible without affecting the New York Times and Baldoni any longer and all that. So yeah, he will come on top. Justin, being an Aquarius, Pluto being an Aquarius, is having a hell of a year. It's horrible, awful. But I want to say that he's doing all the right things. He has people around him who do support him and believe in him. And he should just continue having faith, because things will work out for him. They are working out, but eventually when it comes to the end result and the outcome of all of these different legal routes and stuff that's going on, he will come on top. So happy for Justin. He deserves it. This is a lot of stress to go through. And the horrible human beings, Blake and Ryan Reynolds, doing this to him and submitting this on Christmas Eve. Karma babies can come and get you. Okay. Yeah. See, that's the new thing. That's the new thing. To be honest, I'd rather they did that. I'll never tell my kids, obviously. I'm telling you guys. I'd rather they MJ'd than the alcohol. in moderation. Everything in moderation. I said I'd rather, if I had to choose between the two, I'd rather they didn't anything. They just juiced. Just drink juice. Just go out to a juice bar or go to Carl Radke's soft bar, kids. When it's time for you guys to go out, go to a soft bar. Oh, let's see how long that's going to last. Anyways, I'm not being a Debbie Downer, but to grow back the brain cells on my tell me about it. Tell me about it, Val. I used to be quite the party girl. Like every day partying, all of it, okay? Full. I've said it. I don't know how I'm still alive. I'm okay. I'm good. Nothing bad happened to me. Different times back then, different times. Justice for Baldoni. Yes. Yes. Aquarius have been through it, but you guys, we got this. We're made of Teflon. We can make it. I know a lot of people who let their teen. I know. I agree. It's not a taboo anymore because it's a different being raised when all these Gen Zers and Alphas being raised by millennials or Xers. I can tell you they're having their time of their lives because we millennials, Xers, were raised from our boomer parents who literally just let us be these wild animals independent because they were too busy making money, too busy working, too busy traveling, too busy doing all the stuff that their boomer parents never gave them or never allowed them to. So we pretty much raised ourselves. And now that we are the parents, we raise our kids very, very differently. We're very much their besties. I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but we've taken all the role of bestie, protector, parent. It's a mess. It's a mess. Yeah, we are a different generation. It's part of growing up, and we are a very, very different generation. We didn't grow up with social media, phones, smartphones, computer. We had dial up when we are like 16, 17. We had dial up. It took hours. It took 8. Remember, you were sitting there and going, is it connecting? Is it connecting? And until you heard the, you're like, yes, I'm in. How long do I have? I don't know. How slow, how fast is going to be? I don't know. Different generation. We were very much more out. We were more connected to nature, more connected to the outside world, more connected among us, between us. We were very much this generation, these generations now, Z, Alpha, Beta, the babies now, they're all very much tech babies. So they are connected to technology. They're not connected to each other. The statistics are worrying, by the way, you guys. If you look at the statistics when it comes to Gen Z generation, dating, sex, all of it, it's worrying, to be honest. You're like, I don't know if it's stronger. I think it's just laced with other stuff. It's not as good quality or pure quality as it used to be, which is why it can create psychosis and different types. There's a whole studies on that. I don't know in the US, but generally in Europe, things are a little bit more pure. MJ is a little bit more pure here. Of course, depends. You can always get the kind which is laced with more chemicals or has more stuff on it. I don't know. But yeah. Oh la la, Norma is having her baguette and her red wine in Paris. Norma, have a wonderful time. Are you there with your family? Isn't it strange? You're like 1 hour behind me right now, Norma. You're 1 hour behind me. So you see what time I'm on a live. Wonderful. I'm happy for you. Have a wonderful time, Norma. All right. Shall we move on to Mr. Luigi Mangione? Let's have a quick look at what is up with Luigi right now. I want to tap into his energy and just see what's going on. Yes, they don't date. They don't go out. They don't connect. My sister, my younger half sister, she is 31 years old. 31, I was at my prime. You guys, I felt good. Actually, I felt much better in my 40s. I feel much better in my 40s, and I look much better in my 40s than I did in my 30s. But that's beside the point. This is how I see it. But my sister's 31. I can tell you, she has, luckily now she has a boyfriend and he's a really sweet, nice guy. But she had a hard time for years finding someone who she connected with because of the stupid apps, something that we never had. We didn't have the apps. It's like a supermarket. It's like grocery shopping. It's like next, next. They go on dates and then they ghost. They never like follow up. They don't pick up women. I mean, I know I sound like a boomer. I know I sound old. I'm neither. But for some things I miss, there's a little bit of nostalgia regarding like more traditional, like being a little bit more traditional about certain things, especially when it comes to relations between men and women, or women with women, or men and men with men, just relationships in general. And it's you know it makes me sad knowing that I'm raising my kids in a world where they will not experience the things that I experienced when I was younger. And yeah, things were a little bit tougher back then because technology makes life easier. um Definitely makes it easier. I remember when I was a child, like we would take road trips. My parents literally had a map. We didn't have phones. We had to open the map and find our friggin' way around. Okay. This was back in the 90s. 90s. So we didn't have these. We didn't have these. So that sometimes I'm like, yeah. So a lot of times I talk to my kids about what life was like pre, DSL, ADSL, fast internet, social media, Facebook, blah, 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 all of it. Um, okay, let's do Mr. Luigi. Luigi. I don't, does anyone remember his sign? Back when I did the first reading on him, I did check his chart, or I found his chart somewhere, but yeah. Um, Look, like Mission, she's 31, like my sisters, and she stays at home. There you go. Let's see. Hold on. Luigi, I'm just doing a check-in. Show me Luigi. Let me do a quick, good shuffle because I want to get rid of Blake's and Ryan's energy. Give me a second. Let me just do a little quick smudge. What is Norma saying? Your son is a Taurus too? Oh, is having a hard time meeting a girl that matches with him. He loves to travel. He loves European women, but it's been very hard. Well, too late now. My sister already has a boyfriend. Otherwise, I would say, hey, you know what? Why don't they meet with she's an Aries, by the way. She's an Aries with a Leo rising. Yeah, it can be a little bit challenging sometimes. I know she watches this, but I tell her to her face, so it's okay. Because I'm the older sister. So I can do that. MapQuest. MapQuest. Oh my Lord. Do you remember Netscape? There was no Google, you guys. Do you remember I remember I was a boarding school and they were teaching us computers. Like we had to take this elective course on computers. And I remember it was like, you've got to open Netscape. And then you had to go on and find, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Luigi, I'm so distracted with you guys on the chat. I could hang out with you all day. Well, all night for me, all day for you. Thank you, brutally honest. Luigi is a Taurus, another Taurus, born 6th of May, 1998. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. MapQuest. God. Okay, Luigi. Okay, I'm focusing now on him. Luigi. Show me Luigi Mangione. 2 of Wands. Why is he looking? Well, that's a chopper card. I want to see what the rest have to say. Show me Luigi's energy right now. How's he feeling? What is up? Yeah, I love the nostalgia talk too. And that's a new thing now, a new wave, a new trend right now. It's all about nostalgia and going back to times where things were a little bit more pure, more romantic. Campfire, as soon as you heard Taurus, you couldn't help yourself, could you, Mr. Campfire being a Taurus as well. Yeah, he is a Taurus. All these Tauruses, you troublemakers. Hey, Luigi, show me Luigi. Let's see. Yep, look, 8 of Swords. Yeah, he's in prison. He's in jail. Oh, the Sun. I just got goosebumps, you guys, for him. The Hermit. Give me a second. Let me unravel what this is all about. Queen of... Is he going to have like I believe he's going to have a female judge. 10 of Pentacles. Surprisingly, you guys, okay, this makes me happy to see. Okay, despite the fact that he's in prison, like he's in jail, all right, oh God, look, you guys, I got goosebumps for Luigi. He's a young man. I mean, listen, I don't believe he pulled the trigger. I've told you this before. I believe there's a group of people and he's the fall guy. Otherwise, I would not support this because he unalived someone. But this is not how I see it, or I've seen it in my readings. Okay, in jail, the Sun, surprisingly, he's doing quite well. I do believe he has a very good support system. And I also am seeing that he does have people who are anonymously and eponymously. So they are helping him financially, him and his family financially through this. He does have people who are supporting him on the down low. There is someone powerful, I believe, some kind of a person in the government or who has access to powerful politicians or powerful government officials. There is a guy here who is backing Luigi up. He's backing him up, okay? Meaning gives him the resources that he needs, the money, the right lawyers, all of it. Hermit, you guys, Luigi, first of all, he's very much guided, okay? He's very much spiritually, he's got a lot of spiritual reinforcements around him, which also shows me that he's not the bad guy, okay? Now, I'm also seeing the Hermit is also indicating to me that he's holding secrets he hasn't revealed. I believe not even his lawyers know certain things. He's keeping things very well hidden or secret, but this is to protect him and his family, okay? That's why he's doing this. Queen of Pentacles, I do believe that there is going to be a female. I believe it's going to be the judge, unless he has part of his team of lawyers is a woman, a female. But I see a female here who really believes in him and really gives him her all to help him out. 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, his family, because I remember back months ago when people were still talking a lot about Luigi, that they were saying, where's his family? Why is his family so quiet, blah, blah, blah. And he has a big family. No, his family is there for him, okay? They're just very low profile people. They don't want to make a whole spectacle of this, and they're doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing. So his family's there supporting him. 7 of Pentacles. You guys, there are tons and tons and tons of people who are working behind the scenes to help Luigi, which makes me happy. The Emperor, the strategy. Kempire says, oh, yes, you're correct. Is this Agnifilo? I call them Gruffalos, because my son's favorite book when he was little was the Gruffalo. And Agnifilo, I keep calling it Gruffalo, but you're right. Correct. So I believe that's her then. That's her. He's got a good team, a good support team behind him. 100%. The Emperor, the Magician. Hold on. I'm going to ask one more question on my cards about Luigi. Queen of Swords. Hold on. Yeah, and it seems, Kemp, that she really believes in Luigi and will do everything in her power to exonerate him. So yeah. Jesus is like, free my Jesus. I mean, he is fine and cute. Luigi, I agree with the sentiment. Yes, you're right. Okay, now my next question is, will he get convicted? Well, I mean, it's too soon. We have some time before he goes to trial, but I'll still ask the question. But that could change because energies change. Timelines change, energies change. But listen, let me see what comes through. So keep getting 10 of Pentacles. What, Norma? See, there are a lot of holes with this story, with this case, not story. There are a lot of holes with this whole thing. You guys, everyone has to stay in line for Luigi. And see, Luigi is so popular. And I agree with you guys. I agree with you. He's cute. He's cute. I know. Yeah, I agree, Roger. I mean, he's what? He's 23 or something? Like, way too young. Hold on. Okay. I asked the cards and the guys if he's going to be convicted. You guys, look, I just got, see, my skin's gone. I believe there's going to be a mistrial. I believe there's going to be a mistrial. Wow, plot twist. Plot twist. Okay, let me show you the cards. The sun, you guys, is favorable. It's a good outcome. Things are coming to light. The light sheds the truth. It's like everything's going to be revealed. 2 of Swords. Also, look, she looks like Justice. To me, also, 2 of Swords is connected to the Justice card and Balance. And it's sort of split between the two decisions. Okay? Death, something happens during trial. Fool, starting over, reset, mistrial. Why am I getting excited? I had coffee earlier, as per usual, on Sundays, and it was decaf though. Still, I wasn't expecting this. I believe Luigi will, the first round or first time, it's going to be a mistrial. Just like with the Karen Reed trial. So Roger and Jesus, you still have a chance, okay? You might get out scot-free and you still have a chance. Oh, he's 27. He's got a baby face. He looks younger. He's got such a baby face. He's got such a clean face. When you look at him, really, as someone who reads energy and people, like when you look at him, he's got such a clean face, clean energy. Luigi, that is. Oh, Jesus, the mistrial. Ugh. How did you have a deja vu? Where did you hear that? Did I say that before? I don't know. Does anyone know anything? Does anyone have an update regarding the case? They're not, as far as I know, they're not looking for accessories because, of course, he is the fall guy. Luigi's the fall guy. And of course, they're not going to look for accessories because was all well planned for Luigi to be the fall guy. Maybe a lot will come out during the trial, and that's why there's going to be a mistrial. Yay to Agnifilo, to his lawyer. Wow. Was Luigi sent to do the deed by Listen, Luigi was a victim to the insurance situation and everything. He was in pain. His life and the quality of his life just went down, was bad. So if you have some people saying, listen, you know what, we can change things, you can get justice for this, or blah, blah, blah. And I believe there is a group of people who are sort of like vigilantes, and they go against like these people who are, like the elites, or these like powerful businessmen, or the pharmas, for instance. By the way, speaking of pharma, just real quick and random, but I've got to say this because this is another download that I got recently. I do believe we're going to have a similar case such as this one with what was it called? United Health Group CEO and Luigi, but with a pharmaceutical. Okay, you heard it here first. Just like with a hot air balloon, by the way. There was a hot air balloon. I think it happened in Mexico. I'm not sure. South America, and or Mexico, South America. And remember, I said that recently in one of my downloads that I saw a hot air balloon, and that a man would die, and he would record it on camera. Unfortunately, it happened. Sorry, random. But I'm also sensing that something similar to what happened to the Luigi case is going to happen with a pharmaceutical head of CEO, member of board of directors, something along those lines as well. So we're going to see a lot. Yes, like V for Vendetta, very similar. You know how we have the anonymous group, who are the vigilantes of the online world and the internet? Well, Luigi is part of this other group, which is like anonymous, but not, and you know what I'm trying to say here. Alici's case is waking people up to the greed. I agree. I mean, this is sad because a man, a father of 2 children, a husband to a wife, a son to mother and father, unfortunately was killed. But this is also a wake-up call. How many times have innocent people been unalived? I have to be careful what I say. I keep using those words, but anyways, that have been unalived, and there were no repercussions or anything, any positive outcome because of it, if you know what I mean. So I don't like when people unalive other people, unless you are an evil SOB, all right? Then I feel nothing. I'm like, okay, whatever, But in this case, it's because of Luigi. I'm supporting Luigi. I'm supporting him. I'm not supporting what he did, that he didn't do, which he didn't do, but let's just say that he did. Okay? I'm not supporting the act, but I'm supporting the intention behind the act, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. Yes, a person had to die for it to be a wake-up call, and for the insurance companies now to realize that things have to change. Things have to really change. What are you saying? Yeah, people are in so much pain that they resort to extreme measures. It's unfortunate, but if they felt that they had, if people felt that they had the right support, or people were listening to what they were saying and they weren't dissed, or they weren't gaslit, or they weren't, attacked, these things wouldn't happen. That's why we need to be, as a society, as a collective, we need to be more aware and more open and more in tune with what is happening around us and the people who are around it. I'm not talking about our families. I'm talking about our neighbors, the person that is in front of you in the line for the grocery shopping. Are they struggling? Do you notice anything? One small deed can change someone's life. And because it is a ripple effect, because we are all connected, this has to do with the energy and the law of one. We can change the world. It just takes one small deed, good deed. A smile, smiling at a stranger and saying, "Good morning, I hope you have a beautiful day," is enough. You never know what they're going through. You never know what they're going through. And you smiling at them with a genuine warm smile and wishing them a beautiful day can change their day, can change their mindset. You never know what they're going through and what they're about to do. And this is how we can change the world. This is how we can change the world. You guys, I do it. I'm not just preaching. I do it every day. You can ask anyone who knows me. I'm someone who always helps people. I'll get out of my, if I see someone who's struggling to cross the street, if I see someone who's struggling to buy groceries, I'll help them out. I'll buy them the milk. I'll give them a few euro or something. If I see animals who are, who are hit, abused, starving, whatever it is, I will do something about it, because this is who I am. I cannot go about my day knowing that I didn't do something. And this goes for everyone. We can all do something, because bad things wouldn't happen in the world if only we could change the collective energy in general. Hold on. I'll take a couple more questions, and then we'll just wrap it up for today. With regards to the evidence, gun manifesto, blah, 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 will come in a trial because his Pennsylvania lawyer filed a motion because the police might not have followed proper procedure. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, filed a motion because the police might not have. Okay, let's see. You know what I just heard? Brutally honest, I heard that the manifesto is going to be thrown out. Somehow I don't believe that the manifesto is going to be part of the evidence. It's going to be thrown out. Don't know why. I don't know why. This is what I got. Let's see. Even the backpack. Even the backpack. Page of Wands, Tower, Four of Swords, Six of Cups. Not all of it. I believe the manifesto is out. The backpack is out. The gun, I feel they're going to bring it in. I do believe they're going to bring the gun as evidence. unclear. It's unclear though. The moon. Oh, but they do have, and I'm talking about prosecution now. They do have an ace in their sleeve. I don't know what it is. It's not revealed to me because trial's not hasn't started yet, and it's not starting for a while. So, but I do see with the moon that I don't know. I don't like they're going to bring new evidence though, and that's their secret. That's the ace. They have some kind of new evidence that the prosecution is going to bring forward. Could it be the weapon or a new weapon? Yeah. Yeah. There's going to be something about that weapon. It's fishy. Something about it is very fishy. I'm not sure I'm not sure they got the pew pew that actually pew pewed. What was his name? Brian. I forgot his name now. Oh, Brian, the victim. Interesting. Of course, we will continue, and before the trial starts, we're going to do a deep dive reading on this. I promise you. And we're going to do a deep dive on the Diddler in about, I believe, I don't know, either next Sunday or the following Sunday. All right. I want to do it as we get closer towards the end of trial because, energies change. And I want to read the energy just before the trial ends and before deliberation of the jury. So we're going to do a deep dive on that. So it'll be interesting to see what comes through. Let's see. Norma, well, with the government cuts in the US, do you see more people acting out? Yes. If you remember, I've said this for the past 2 years that I've seen for the past 2 years very civil war-y energy in the US. It's going to be very much people are going to act out, and there's going to be a lot of anarchy in certain places, literally anarchy. And it's not just the red versus blue divide that we're already seeing over there in the US, but it's going to be more than that. It's really going to be because of the market, the housing market crisis, the economy, the political scene. It has to do because I've seen natural disasters and natural events happening in the US, including the big earthquake that I saw in San Francisco. So it is going to destabilize generally the US. It is. And people, out of fear, out of insecurity, out of frustration, out of anger, out of, are going to act out. But the good news, I always want to bring in some good news, is that this is not going to last forever. It's not going to last. I see this energy, this vibe, if you will, this situation in the US lasting about, maximum about 2 years. Okay. And then things are going to start improving again and getting better. And I'm talking about the economy. I'm talking about the political scene in general right now in the US. So yeah. All right, I think that's it for you for today, you guys. Let me see. Do you recommend signing up for your Inner Circle membership first and then a reading? Yeah, because then if you book a 1-hour reading with me, then if you're an Inner Circle member, then you get a discount as well. It's a good discount. You get €20 off from your 1-hour reading, but please remember that I'm fully booked till mid-July. Then I'm taking a month off for my summer break, and then hopefully I will start writing my book and do all the stuff that I want to do. And then I'll resume readings 27th of August onwards, but I highly recommend that you book already because usually I'm booked out 3, 4, and sometimes 5 months in advance. So if you want a reading, book it now. I can do. I've done several on Trump, Roger, and generally the political scene in the U.S. You can find them on my channel if you type in the search bar on my channel, Trump or politics or Elon, Biden, whatever. I have some, but I will do. I am planning to do another one on Trump because one of the predictions that I've made, and I made this way before he was elected president, that I've seen two major things coming up. One is his health, which he has been hiding, just like Biden. Biden, and if you guys remember, since 2023, I've been talking about Biden's health. I've been talking about Biden's health. And I've said this before. I believe that they were hiding it. And don't tell me that a man of his age hasn't gotten a prostate, didn't get prostate tested. What's the word? Examined. What happened? I'm glitching. This Aquarius is glitching right now. Hasn't examined. He hasn't. His prostate. I'm not going to use the other word. Okay. For such a long time. Come on. Same goes for Trump. He's got serious health issues that they're hiding, and those are going to come out, including, and I've said this before, a third assassination attempt against, not successful, but another one against Trump. But I will do an updated reading, I believe, in June. I might do it around his birthday, actually. Trump's birthday. Sean is like, examination, say it. I said it. I love you guys. I do. Thank you all for joining me this beautiful Sunday. I love these Sunday lives. I love hanging out with you guys. Let's grow the Femme Village and make it into a Femme Nation. I've said this before, so please do like this video. Do share whichever video you find interesting or that you find that might be of interest to someone you know. Do share it with your friends and your peers, your husband, your lovers, whoever you want to. Thank you all for the support. Thank you all for the love. We are growing. The channel is growing. And you guys, I'm here for you always, just like you're here for me too. I love you guys. Take good care of yourself. Till next time. Bye.